All right. A very good evening, everyone. uh, Actually, I went live on the wrong stream due to some technical issues, but thank you for waiting. So here I am. Hey. All right. So today's session, I think first session you already have attempted, in which there was Swaraj Pal, who was a brilliant student, and he had joined top B schools. So now okay, the voice is perfect. Yeah, Abhishek does. Okay, so Swaraj, you must have talked with him, and he had brilliant ideas on how to, balance your job and your preparation for CAT. So I think you must have got a lot from that session. And now I'll be discussing CAT QA strategy and basics. So here, it won't just be strategy, but also quant basics. So we'll be doing a few questions in which voice is less, or is that perfect? It's perfect.
It is
Okay.
not so clear. This is not charged.
Okay. It's not so clear. Is that so? Just a minute.
Is my voice clear, children? Yes, Vedika, I am here. Can you guys hear my voice? Can you guys hear my voice?
Okay. Now it's clear. Very low.
Perfect. Now audible. All right.
Now it's audible.
Very good. Very good.
Hello.
Take care.
Okay.
Is Abhishek sir's mic working? Abhishek sir, just check.
Hello. Yeah. Is it's my mic working? Can you hear me? Krisha, if net is slow, it won't be, hampering the voice. It will hamper the entire thing, the entire stream.
This is called.
Students audio, okay, just try to use the headphone now. And I'll try to, talk at the top of my voice. Is that cool? Okay, so CAT QA strategy and basics. It's a follow-up session of the first session, which was taken by Swaraj, who has converted top IIMs. And I think there's a lot of things which you must have taken home from his experience of how to manage the CAT prep with the work, right? So every year when we start a new batch, the tradition of conducting a series of sessions which are very much required for you. We'll talk about strategy, the basics, and all that stuff. 30th April, that is today, we had Swaraj Pal. Now it is me, and Raj sir will also be chipping in. He has, flown down from Mumbai, and he is here today in front of me. Okay, so here he is, all ripped up. Probably, in the last 1 month, you didn't see him. He is doing some bodybuilding. All right.
Just
So-
getting ready to do a little more.
Yeah, it will be more patai. Okay. Ashu, it'll be other group. Okay, so today, CAT Q strategy and basics. On 1st May, that is tomorrow, Raj will be coming live again with the 100% dialer way. Why do we say that? Because Raj sir has secured 100% in Quant 6 times in a row. And 2nd May will be DI basics from Kamal sir at 7 p.m. 3rd May, there is a big surprise unlocking. Something big is coming your way. And I don't know whether you can guess it correctly or not, but there is going to be something. Just hold your breath, hold your horses, stay tuned. On 3rd May, again, we'll be having a round table discussion of all the toppers that we had last year, the people who can, kind of connect there, and they'll be discussing everything, be it strategy, be it things to do, things to avoid while preparing for CAT and not get demotivated by a low score or all that stuff. 4th May, there'll be scholarship test as well at 11 a.m. On 4th May, again at 7 p.m., we'll be having a logical reasoning class for CAT 2025 by Kamal sir. And 5th May, there'll be a class on algebra basics. Algebra and arithmetic are two most important parts of quant. We'll discuss that. On 6th May, there'll be profile counseling. When we say profile counseling, um, it means the kind of questions that you have regarding your work experience, your internships, academic diversity, gender diversity, and all that stuff that can make or break the score in addition to what you score in the real CAT written paper. And 6th May, I'll be coming again, how to crack CAT in 7 months, because 7 months will be left. So, and I'll be discussing, focusing on the methodology adopted by the working aspirants as well as non-working aspirants or the students, the college students. All right. Timeline by mid-August, the syllabus will be completed by mid-August. And in like last week of June, we will be, kind of launching the mocks, but we'll be expecting or suggesting that by mid-July you should start taking mocks because by that time arithmetic, which has got the most weightage in quant, will be completed. All right, so let's go slide by slide. The first thing which is most important is the syllabus of quant and the weightage of quant. All right. Any kind of query that we have? Okay, Raj sir is there. He'll be answering your queries in case I miss it out. New batch starting with algebra? No, Abhishek. Starting with arithmetic only. All right. So arithmetic has 8 to 9 questions. Now this is a historical data. The CAT is the only paper which is highly, unpredictable. It's uncertain, just like life. You don't know what is life going to throw on you. Throw the curveballs. CAT does that. CAT doesn't have a specific syllabus, to be true. But at the very same time, the kind of questions that they frame are doable by someone who has passed his class 10th, mathematically. Logical reasoning, data interpretation, something that we haven't done throughout our life. It's all about solving the puzzles, having an open mind, and VARC, it's English language in practice. So we'll discuss that as well in the upcoming sessions, but today it'll be quant only. Arithmetic, we have 8 to 9 questions based on historical trends. Algebra, 7 to 8. So you can see these are quite a kind of similar. Percentage wise, arithmetic forms 35% and algebra forms 25%, more or less, plus minus 5%. Geometry, 5 to 6 questions. Numbers, 1 to 3 questions. Series, logs, PNC, miscellaneous. Now, series and logs also come under algebra. All right. So, this is something which has got a high significance in CAT because CAT somehow loves logs and series. That's why they throw questions at you, 3 to 4 questions from there. Miscellaneous, something that cannot be put inside any bucket will be miscellaneous. Any kind of quant puzzle. So we'll discuss some questions today as well. 1 to 2 from there. Geometry, 22%. Modern math, 10%. Number system will be 8%. So based on this, you can plan your studies depending on how much time you have or how much time can you, invest in preparation. Okay. Anything else? Someone from IP Mat asking a question from you, sir.
थोड़ा वो ऐड कर दो या मैं कर दूं स्कूल का सिलेबस.
Please.
See, one very important thing that everyone needs to understand, CAT is an exam that is open for all the streams, right? It is open for science, commerce, arts, everyone, right? Now, how many of you have completed your 10th standard? How many of you have passed 10th standard? आप में से कितने लोगों ने 10th पास किया है? So, if you have done 10th, in arithmetic you have percentages, profit loss, right? Time, speed, distance, ratio, proportion. These are the topics that you have studied in your life in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th standard, right? So anybody who has done 10th has no, or whichever stream they are from, whether they are from science, commerce, arts, engineering or anything, it's very important for everyone to understand. मतलब मैं कई बार बोलता रहता हूँ ना कि बहाना अगर बनाया ना किसी ने तो वहीं पे कूट दूंगा, ठीक है ना? That 11th, 12th, I don't have maths or I don't have engineering background or anything. It's very important to understand that these topics are from 10th standard. So if you have completed your 10th standard, these are the topics that are going to be not new. Okay, hold on, I'm coming to it. It's just that the way of asking questions is slightly different. They are a little more logical, they are a little more tricky, they are more beautiful than the question that you have done in your 10th class. Okay. In algebra, simple equations and quadratic, they are from again below 10th. Simple equations and quadratic. Quadratic basic solving questions and solving equations and the roots. These are again from below 10th, not new. नया क्या होगा, फंक्शंस, ग्राफ्स, यू नो, लॉगरिदम, सीरीज ऑल्सो इज फ्रॉम 10th स्टैंडर्ड. Okay, so series is only from 10th standard, you can say. Log is not exactly a part of any syllabus actually. This is first time it is taught in 11th. Yeah, PNC is also taught in 11th. So these are the only two topics that you can see which are from 11th or 12th, and especially if you have taken maths. Geometry, entire theory, complete theory is from below 10th standard. So what happens is, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि आपके ही कर्म वापस आते हैं आपके जीवन में. तो अगर किसी ने वहाँ पे ध्यान नहीं दिया होगा और अभी कैट के लिए तैयारी करनी है तो तकलीफ देगा तो क्या करना है, बहुत ईमानदारी से बच्चे की तरह, ऑनेस्टली लाइक अ चाइल्ड, ओके, जस्ट रिवाइज. ठीक है, वहाँ पे अगर अच्छा किया था यहाँ कम समय लगेगा, अगर वहाँ अच्छा नहीं किया था तो बहुत प्यार से उसको, ईमानदारी से उसको करो ज्योमेट्री का. फिर क्वेश्चंस नए होंगे, यस, क्वेश्चंस मे बी न्यू, क्वेश्चंस मे बी द application orientation of the questions would be a little different, will be not exactly the way they were asked in 10th standard, because in 9th 10th you have questions which are based on theoretical proof and so on. ठीक है, सो ये एक फंडामेंटल चीज है कि आप देखो 8-9 क्वेश्चन, ये 7-8 क्वेश्चन, ये 5-6 क्वेश्चन, ये, सो दिस टोटल कम्स आउट टू बी, इसमें से 5 और 8 13 और 4 17, 17-18 क्वेश्चंस आर प्योरली फ्रॉम द सिलेबस ऑफ स्कूल. ठीक है, अगर आपने स्कूल में पढ़ाई की है, अगर आप स्कूल गए हो और वहाँ पे किसी को धोखा नहीं दिया है, अपने माँ बाप को, अपने टीचर्स को, ठीक है ना, और थोड़ा भी ईमानदारी से किया है, तो ये वही सारे टॉपिक्स हैं. अच्छा, नाउ हैविंग सेड दैट, ठीक है, हम छोटे होते हैं, बच्चे होते हैं, चलो मैं एक स्कोप देता हूँ आपको. ठीक है, वन रिलीफ आई विल गिव इट टू यू. 10th में हम छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, उनको उतना समझ नहीं आता, लाइफ समझ नहीं आता, ईमानदारी समझ नहीं आती, तो नहीं किया होगा पढ़ाई. ठीक है, अग्रीड, आई एम ओके विद दैट. Now if you have chosen to appear in an exam like CAT, can you be more honest, or can you be just honest? Honest में कम या ज़्यादा नहीं होता. Can you be just honest now? Okay, and you start working on it. One advantage you still have, that these are the topics which are from lower category maths, है ना. Even numbers is something that you've been studying all your life, 4th से लेके 10th तक, अलग अलग टाइप के, तो ये भी पूरा का पूरा जो है उसके अंदर आ जाता है. कुछ छोटे छोटे 2-3 टॉपिक्स हैं जिसके क्वेश्चंस थोड़े अलग हो सकते हैं. दे आर नॉट कवर्ड अंटिल 10th स्टैंडर्ड और अंटिल 11th स्टैंडर्ड. ओके, सो व्हाट माय पॉइंट इज, 80-85% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस are from something which are very very basic and based on school syllabus. Okay, समय लगेगा, मैं दोबारा से बोलता हूँ. If somebody has worked really honestly during their school till 10th standard, so they will find it a little easier. For them the time taken will be little lesser. उनको जो effort करना पड़ेगा obviously थोड़ा कम करना पड़ेगा. But those who could not do at that time, be a little more honest, be a little more open towards effort. Do not look for a recipe, do not look for a ready-made solution कि ऐसा कर देंगे तो ये हो जाएगा. अरे नहीं होगा यार. ठीक है, so that's,
Can't hear you.
कुछ भी सुनाई नहीं दिया. ओके, कितना सारा बोल गया मैं. ओके,
अभी ही ब्रेक हुआ, सबके लिए नहीं है, इट्स फॉर सम पीपल.
अच्छा, नो ग्लिच गाइस. सो बताओ अभी तक जो धुलाई, क्या समझ आया, मजा आया? ठीक है, सो कहने का मतलब ये है ना, ये सारा एक समझो, दिस इज अ बिग एग्जाम, राइट. दिस इज अ बिग एग्जाम बिकॉज देयर आर, माय फेवरेट स्टेटमेंट, 4 lakh people are going to appear in this exam by the time you guys appear, है ना. And there is a lot of psychological barrier. It's a big exam, it's a good exam, it's a difficult exam यार. It's a difficult exam. ठीक है, it is a difficult exam because of the numbers, not because of the content. ये समझना पड़ेगा, not because of content. ठीक है, बात समझ आई? Yes, please answer in the comments if you understand whatever I just said till now. Okay, so मैं थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे ये बात जबरदस्ती ये करना चाहता था कि स्टार्टिंग में ही ना किसी भी तरह का बंदिश, क्या बोलते हैं बंदिश को अंग्रेजी में, लिमिटेशंस पहले नहीं डिसाइड करना है आपको. ठीक है ना, लिमिटेशंस अगर होंगे तो उनको भी ब्रेक करना है. दैट somebody may be good in percentage, may not be good in TSD and vice versa. उन चीजों को आइडेंटिफाई करना है. ठीक है, एंड एक एक करके काम करना है. वर्क इन पार्ट्स, वर्क वन बाय वन, है ना. दिस इज हाउ वी विल बी लुकिंग एट इट. या प्लीज कैरी ऑन विद द अदर थिंग्स. ठीक है. voice is breaking. What can we do?
Thank you, Raster, for the brilliant insights. Okay.
मैं इधर ही हूँ अभी.
Oh, Basant is asking, can you use English? You used English only, I believe. Okay. Oh, Bandish is limitations, Basant. So, the next is, let's break down, CAT 24 Quant topic-wise weightage. Now, we have discussed about the percentage-wise distribution, number of questions that they ask from arithmetic algebra. Now, we look at the exact arithmetic topics, algebra topics and all that stuff, and what all questions, how many questions were asked in different slots. All right. Varun, yes, the classes will be started afresh, totally new. Is the voice still breaking for everyone? Okay, so here we go. Number system, from number system in slot 1, 2 and 3, there were 3, 2 and 3 questions respectively. So now you can kind of analyze that what kind of questions were asked, what questions were asked, and what is the kind of weightage or importance that you should be giving over there. Logarithms, surds and indices. This is a part of algebra. So I'll just write AL, which means algebra. Slot 1, 2 questions. Slot 2, 2 questions. Slot 3, 3 questions. Coming to inequalities, linear equations. Again, it's algebra. 1 question from slot 1, 2 each from slot 2 and 3 respectively. PNC probability, it's a different topic altogether, where we had 0, 1 and 0 questions. I think voice is breaking for some and for some it is okay. Try to use a headphone, an earphone. Quadratic equations, again, it is a part of algebra where they had asked 2, 2 and 0 questions in last year's 3 slots. The 3 slots of CAT, by the way. The morning, afternoon and evening. Anamika, obviously. That is why there is a series of sessions in which we'll be discussing all this stuff one by one. Okay, Anamika? So, you have our back. Averages, ratios and proportion, this comes under arithmetic, in which there are 5 questions, 4 questions, 3 questions. Look at the kind of weightage that they have. Averages, ratios and proportion. Time, work, distance, again arithmetic. There were 2, 2 and 3 questions in all these slots respectively. Profit and loss and interest, SICI, 2, 2 and 3 questions respectively. Now geometry is altogether different bucket of quant. Progressions and series, again it's algebra, and functions and graphs algebra, again in which there were 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 questions. So if I add all the arithmetic, 5 plus 2 plus 2, more or less 8 to 9 questions were there from arithmetic, and similarly 7 to 8 were from algebra. So these are the 2 very important buckets, clusters of a quant in which we have to pay the most attention, most focus. All right. And by the way, even if quant has so many questions, still if you do 50% of it correctly, you will be securing more than 99th percentile. That is a fact. I'll discuss that as well with you. Okay, but before that, what are the stages in which the entire CAT syllabus is completed at iQuanta? Let's discuss that. Leo? No, not really. प्रतीक बिल्कुल आएगा. जनवरी में पढ़ना अगर छोड़ दिया था तो अभी शुरू करोगे तब भी आ जाएगा. Okay, so now all of you pay attention. Those who are watching this for the first time or watching anything by iQuanta for the first time, how many of you are there who are watching me or Raj sir first time? So how the entire CAT preparation is done at iQuanta, let's discuss that. Now, what we believe, that normally what happens, you teach, then you give the homework, then do the practice assignments, then you do the mocks and get going. That is the normal conventional way of teaching or completing a topic, right? But we came up with something extra. Why? Because we realized that some students who have quit mathematics after class 10th, some after class 12th, and those who have not, probably they are also not very comfortable in the basic or fundamental mathematics. Okay, there are a lot of people who are here for the first time, so this is very important for you guys. Okay, similarly, like in India, you know what? India, I think, has got the maximum number of English language speakers these days. Speaker. When I say speaker, any person who can just speak 2 or 3 sentences, like he can just converse and get what he needs. That also comes under conversation. But at the very same time, if I talk about the exact knowledge of language, that is something where we lack because our mother tongue is not English. So these are 2 things which we were discussing from last year, and we came upon 2 very important modules called VARC Essentials and Non-Engineers QA. So in VARC Essentials, what we did, even if you kind of love language, maybe you read certain things, you can converse well, you are fluent in English, all that stuff is there. Okay, CF. But still, there are certain words which probably you might not be having an idea of. For example, if I said nihilism. The problem is nihilism is a word, some people don't even know it, and those who know it might not be knowing that how is it pronounced, right? Nihilism, it's a word. It's a philosophical belief, okay? I won't explain that in this session. Nihilism, they can be words like abstractism. So all these words are there which are a part of a lot of reading comprehension passages. So what we did, we analyzed previous 10 to 20 years of CAT papers and jotted down 500 essential terms that would in a way covering majority of the words, or if I cover just the words, it won't be beneficial. From those words, we have put some passages, some articles, what the word actually means, how its origin, its usage, and then based on that word, we have RC passages with 4 questions each with textual solutions. It can be a quiz. So this is something which is very much necessary. If I just give you, words, okay, learn this word, you might forget it, but it's very common with humans. But if you keep on practicing it, reading it, analyzing it, solving some questions on it, you won't be able to forget that. So this is something which we call as VARC Essentials. It's a self-paced course. When I say self-paced, that means the moment you get enrolled at iQuanta, this will be given to you and you can do it at your own speed. All right. Now, coming to quants. Non-engineers quant. We call it non-engineers because there's a reason for it. Majorly, it is assumed that engineers would be having great command over mathematics, which in in a way it's true also. So we name it non-engineers. It doesn't mean engineers don't watch it. People who have quit mathematics or people who are not very comfortable with arithmetic or calculation based mathematics, for them there has been created, and in this we have picked up 6th level to 10th level NCERT books made bite-sized video. When I say bite-sized, I can just kind of bite it, 1 bite gone. Bite-sized videos in which it will be a refresher course of all the fundamental mathematics. Okay. Akriti says, okay, elaborate videos on YouTube. Why we don't do it? Akriti, there are reasons, I think you know that. Okay, so
It's a part of the course.
yeah, YouTube is a kind of, there's certain things called freemium, something is premium, that all the vocabulary, technical vocabulary is there. And it will be a part of the course. So obviously, we cannot be providing everything over YouTube. Now, coming to the next part, that is the live, okay, this LRDI Essentials. Now, the problem with LRDI is that we have not done anything which is even remotely connected to something called logical reasoning or data interpretation, right? We have done some graphs, some bar charts, which kind of resemble data interpretation, but logical reasoning is something which some people have done if they're interested in it. Probably they solve puzzles, they solve sudokus, they solve different kind of books, but it was never a part of the curriculum, be it school or be it college, and that is the reason this section becomes very complicated. And for that reason, we have made LRDI Essentials, in which we have broken down all the logical concepts in a very refined and simple manner. So it's like how an examiner can create conditions or complications so that a very simple puzzle starts looking very difficult. If you understand the psyche of the examiner or the question creator, obviously you will be good at it, right? Understanding the entire code of existence would make you survive better, yes or no? So that is the reason we have made that. Now comes the live classes. This is mentor driven. When I say mentor driven, it's like the mentors will be coming in front of you, like right now I am, and we'll be discussing based on what topic are we covering in that day, that particular day. So there'll be topic, subtopics, concepts, subconcepts, questions based on that, questions which are PYQs, previous year questions, and also some kind of fun element or trivia which will make the class interesting, and also you will never forget that because that will be kind of relatable to your real life. So that is what we do in the live classes. Application class, the name is itself, suggestive, live application. In application sessions, whatever we have covered in live classes, there'll be questions and some videos over there. It will again be mentor driven, but the mentor would not be visible to you, would not be visible to you. He will be kind of operating the entire class. Now, so now you understand self-paced 3 modules, which I suggest you should watch whenever you have time. Then live classes, application classes. Live classes happen normally at 7 p.m. and application sessions happen normally at 9:30 p.m. in the night. Why in the night? Again, a reason, because this is the time in which all the working professionals and also the students all are free, and the 4 to 5 hours of good study time you'll be giving over here evening till night. Now, the moment this thing is done, you have dashboard in which there are assignments. So these will be unlocked based on the live and application sessions. For example, if we have done percentages in live classes and then application, then you'll be requiring more questions to practice. So automatically your assignment will be unlocked in the dashboard and you can solve different questions of different levels of difficulty on the dashboard itself. Once this is over, and we won't leave you there, because we know that you require guidance at every step. And that is the reason we've come up with practice sessions, which will be happening in the afternoons. Now, dashboard is self-paced, and practice session is mentor-driven. That is why you see Raster's picture over there. After that, now these 3 modules were the fundamental modules. Now, again, modules come into existence: engineers, VARC, LRDI, inception. Okay, so engineer VARC, this has 5 passages each, from 8 different genres: philosophy, psychology, science and technology, history, art, culture, and even the glossary is given to you. When I say glossary, like there are 450 to 500 words passage in the real cat, and we have given glossary of all the difficult words, how the word was derived, what is the meaning, how to get some kind of sense from it, and how to solve the questions, what to look at the question, how can questions be complicated, and how to analyze or attack a difficult looking question. We have discussed that in your VRC. How is it important from essentials? Essentials is vocab driven, and this is basically passage driven. Now, LRDI inception. In LRDI inception, we have self-created, even the faculty members have created some sets of LRDI, which will be of a moderate to difficult level, and that is why it comes after you do the practice session. Okay, that is LRDI inception. And after that, 5,000 CAT level questions, that is the books, hard copy material. So let's say you have finished everything, you want more material, more content to practice on, you can go for the books. And in the end, we'll be having CAT level marathons. So obviously, if your course is over, everything is over, then there'll be a crash course in which we'll be refreshing everything again with a higher frequency of classes in a kind of a, I would say, in a speedy manner. And after that, there'll be marathons which will be 4 to 6 hours long. In fact, last year we took 10-hour long marathons as well, just before the CAT. And so this is, what, nothing will be left. So tell me something now. If you do all of it, do you think anything will be left? Anything? Will touch every single molecule, every single atom of CAT preparation by doing all of it. All right. So as I said, before doing this question, let me answer a few queries if there are any. Riddhi, not able to complete non-English video before live classes. Will I be able to understand live class as I'm a little slow in mathematics? Riddhi, I would suggest watch the videos. Okay, that is the reason we have made it. I think Rasa has answered already. Shubham, not able to complete non-engineers video before live class. Will I be able to understand? I think the same query which Riddhi had.
तबीयत खराब है और दवाई नहीं ले तो ठीक हो जाएगा.
Right. Rasa gives an example. तबीयत खराब है, दवाई नहीं ले ठीक हो जाएगा. It's kind of that kind of question. Yeah, दवाई लेना ही पड़ेगा. Live classes will be starting after we finish up with these sessions. Okay, so as I said, we'll be doing some kind of basics through some questions. Let's look at the first question. And obviously, I know that nothing has been, taught to you. And the questions that we have picked here are the questions which do not require much of teaching. They are all logical. So let's try to understand what kind of expectations are there when you start. Attempting cat. Okay. No, Ishan, it will be on Facebook group. Sujal, that's a great question. The first chapter will be percentages. Percentages. Now, all of us know what percentages are. When I say 20%, क्या मतलब है इसका? 20 upon 100. That's it. When I say 20% of 400, so we do it 20 by 100 multiplied by 400. So I won't go to shortcuts in this session, but I'll just explain you that how we can do some simple questions based on multiplication, addition, and just simple basic stuff. Okay, so let's read this question. Bhaskar spent 22% of his monthly salary on buying electronic gadgets. Perfect. This guy, is sucker for technology. 28% on painting work in his house. Perfect. Out of the remaining amount, he invested 58% in fixed deposits. If he was left with rupees 11,025, how much is his annual salary? Okay. So, this salary, okay, anything in terms of percentage, if I say in this way, what will be my salary? 100%, isn't it? So, Bhaskar has already spent 22% and 28% on whatever we don't really care. So 22 plus 28, that is 50% of his salary has already been spent. Is that clear? Now it says out of the remaining amount. Here there are two catchphrases, remaining amount and annual salary. Okay? Here, this is monthly. We need to multiply it by 12 as well. Is this clear? Yeah. Looks good. 50% has been spent. Remaining is 50%. So let's say his salary was X. Let his salary be rupees X. 50% has been spent, so remaining is again 50%. So remaining is 50% of what? Of what? Of his salary. This is remaining. Out of this, he invested 58%. All right. Is that clear? Ishika already has the answer. Okay. This is remaining, out of which 58% has been invested in fixed deposits. So let's calculate that as well. Now, if I solve this, what would I get? 50, 100 is 2, 29. All right. So now, 29x by 100 has been spent, has been invested. What is remaining now? What is remaining? 50% was already gone. In the remaining 50%, this much has gone. So what is remaining? 50x by 100 minus 29x by 100 is remaining, which comes out to be equal to rupees 11,025. Is the step clear? They're basic addition, basic multiplication, just it. Just that, nothing else. So let's solve it. 21x by 100 is equal to 11025, and from in the equation, something is in division, it goes to right hand side, it will be multiplied. Something that is here, numerator will go to denominator. I think all of us know that. So this question is a basic question, and these are the kind of questions one should prepare, or one should be, the kind of concepts one should be ready with before thinking about CAT exam. So that is the kind of expression that we have. Now, if I solve it, 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9, 3 8s are 16, 3 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15. Oh, perfect. 7 5s are 35. 7 5 35 again. Right? What did I do? Is the question correct? 55? Now, correct? First of all, the writing is so bad. I'll just write it again. Okay. 11025 into 100 upon 21. All right? Aryan, is that clear?
हाँ वो 3 से कैंसिल कर दो पहले कर
हाँ हाँ डायरेक्टली नहीं करूँगा. Blue ink. 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9, 2 goes there, 3 6s are 18, 2 again goes, 3 7s are 21, and then 3 5s are 15. Now let's divide by 7. 7 5s are 35, 7 2s are 14, 7 5s are 35. 5 to 5 into 100. That is what we get as x. Now this will not be the answer. We will have to multiply this by 12 because they're asking the annual salary. Now these are the the critical or typical words which normally people miss out. So it's annual, we need to multiply this by 12. That is the only way we can get the answer. Comes out to be 630000. Is that clear? Now coming to Ankur, do we get calculator? Yes, Ankur. CAT has an online on-screen calculator. So when you attempt the paper, on the right hand side, top right, there is a icon. You press on that and there will be calculator. It will not be scientific calculator, it will just be calculator which can divide, add, multiply and subtract. So obviously these calculations will be very easy there. But at the very same time, we would also suggest that you should be not using calculator for such simple calculations. Otherwise, it won't be good for the future, when we'll be dealing with large data in the real job. Cool? Okay. Let's do one more. The value of a car depreciates at the rate of 10% every year. Depreciates, that means it reduces by 10% every year. If its present value is rupees 8748, then what was the price of the car 3 years ago? All right. Dark Rebel, yes, we can do that as well. But I'm not going for the quick techniques. This can be solved mentally also. I'm just going, the most basic way. This is the first class. A lot of people are here who have not done anything in mathematics. So that is why we are doing very basic. Okay. Otherwise, it's very easy to divide by 21 directly. That's a good approach. Okay. Now, this one depreciates. It reduces by 10% every year. So if I say something is reducing by 10% every year, then how much is remaining? Is it 90%? Yeah. Anything initially is 100%. We call it 100%, pura, whole of it. If it is reducing by 10% every year, that means what is remaining? 90% is remaining. Can I say that? Yeah. 90% remains every year. 90% of the previous year, right? So, let's say the initial value of the car 3 years ago was X. It is reducing by 10% every year. So remaining is 90%. So after first year, this much has remained. Is that clear? Right? After second year, whatever we had here, uska 90% remained. This whole is for second 2 years. Looks good. And they talk about 3 years, right? Again. The third year, 10% decline is again there. So this whole will be the price 3 years later. Can I say that? And this price is given to us as 8748. We just need to calculate the value of X here. Perfect. Now this is the, most childlike way. That is how we did the questions in 7th or 8th standard. Yes or no? But obviously there are shortcuts also, which we'll be discussing when when you are through with some kind of concepts. Okay. Now let's solve it. X is equal to 8748 upon, now 90 by 100 is 0.9. I can write 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.9. And if you solve it, 12,9, okay, this is what you will get, rupees 12,000. Now, you might be surprised how I calculated so quick. Did I know the answer? Not really. Aryan, hardly 15-20 minutes more. I didn't know the answer. So here comes the logic. Are you interested in understanding how I calculated so quickly? Do you want me to do that? Yes or no? Tell me. Obviously, you will want me to do that. Right? Now listen very carefully, all of you. 8748. This is 0.9, 0.9, 0.9. Okay? Which means 9 by 10, 9 by 10, 9 by 10. So 10 goes here. Okay. We are not concerned about 10 because the number of tens is equal to number of zeros that we have in the end. Now 9 into 9 into 9. Everybody, now this is something which could be done in your mind. How? I'm just concerned because I have the options in front of me. Okay. Now this 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, it's all because of this, right? So I'm not concerned with this much. I'm concerned only about this. Can I say that? 8748 upon 9 into 9 into 9. Rest these three zeros are already in the options. Now, if I multiply 9 into 9 is 81, 81 into 9, whatever it is, in the end, if I multiply this, I'll get a 3-digit number, which is 729. No need to multiply that. But can I say, if I multiply this, I will get 9 in the end? Whatever the number is, its unit place will be 9. Yes. And here, unit place is 8. Now, what is multiplied by 9 to get 8 in the end? It's 9 2s are 18. जिसके एंड में 2 होगा वही हमारा आंसर होगा. Apart from these 3 zeros, here we have 2 and I marked it. How cool is that? Got it? Understood? So these are certain things which can be helpful for you even if you don't calculate much. 9 into 9 into 9 ends at 9. And if I, with what I should multiply 9 so that I get 8 in the end, it must be 2 only. 9 2s are 18. Looks good, all of you? Did you understand? Hana? Interesting. So this is something which also happens. That is why it's a test of aptitude, not of mathematics, right? Surbhi, those 7 steps that we discussed, you have to watch the daily live lectures, attend the application class, then the homework is there. The homework is dashboard assignments. You will be getting a dashboard, you will be getting a login ID. You log in your profile in iQuanta website and the dashboard will be having all the questions. That is the homework. Okay. Now coming to next one. The price of tea is reduced by 20%. Now a person can buy 500 grams more tea for rupees 36. The original price of the tea per kilogram was what? Okay. Now, let's try to understand. Price. Let the price be P. Okay. Let the price be P. And it has reduced by 20%. By 20%. Okay. We won't be much concerned about this right now. The first stage will be concerned about this only. 20% से price कम हो गया है. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but there's one thing which I'm sure of, and that is price per unit multiplied by the consumption is actually total price, isn't it? We understand that? Ankur, exactly. Yeah. P stands for price per unit. It can be kilograms or whatever. Here in this case, they're using 500 grams. So it's 0.5 kilograms. I'll look at it as 5.5 kilograms. And consumption is consumption in terms of, in this case, units consumed. Okay. Do you understand? This will give us the exact price. Yes or no? Okay. Now, earlier, the price was P and consumption was, let's say, C. P into C was equal to 36. Earlier. Right? Now, try to understand. If the price has reduced by 20%, so the price is now 80%. Can I say that? That's the new price? Yes or no? The new price is 80%. 20% कम हो गया तो 80% बच गया. Okay. And let Cn be the new consumption. New consumption मतलब when the price fell, when the price reduced. This multiplied by Cn should also be equal to 36 because the budget has not changed. The amount that a man is spending, it is constant. पहले 36 rupees में C units खरीदता था चाहे वो, और अब क्या कर रहा है? Cn units खरीदा. Cn units is whatever it was earlier, उससे 0.5 kg ज़्यादा. Is this understandable? Tell me all of you. I'm repeating. Initially, price per unit multiplied by units consumed was 36 And now price per unit is 80% of the previous, and new consumption, I'm calling it CN, the product is again 36. And this new consumption is nothing but old consumption plus 0.5 in kilograms. Perfect. Any doubt there? Perfect, no? Okay. This is clear mathematically. Now tell me something, everyone. The left hand side is same, P into C, here we have P into 80 by 100 into Cn. So can I say if right hand side is same, left hand side should also be same. So I can write P multiplied by C will be equal to P into 80 by 100 multiplied by Cn. P and P get cancelled. This is 4, this is 5. So Cn is equal to 5 by 4 times C. Yes or no? Can that be said? Is that right? The new consumption is 5 by 4 times the old consumption. Right? This. New consumption upon old consumption is 5 by 4. That is the ratio. Now we know that the new consumption is 0.5 kg more. 0.5 kg more. Wow. It's 0.5 kg more. So what can we determine over here? Now try to understand. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना सब लोग. अगर पहले कंजम्पशन 4 था तो अब 5 है, राइट? इसका मतलब एक बढ़ गया है, 1 यूनिट बढ़ गया. And this 1 unit for us is equivalent to 0.5 kilograms. Yes or no? So 1 unit is 0.5 kilograms. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ जो पहले 4 units था, अब 1 unit is 0.5. So 4 units will be 4 into 0.5, that is 2 kilograms. So this guy was able to buy 2 kilograms in 36 rupees. So per kilogram weight will be 36 upon 2, that is 18. Looks good? Now, you know what? I have detailed the explanation, but after we go through the percentage, the ratio conversions, and a few techniques, this will be a question which will be solving in your mind in just 3 seconds. All right. So what we did here, based on this 0.5, we equated this 0.5 to unit in ratios. 4 से 5 हुआ मतलब 1 बढ़ा है. वो एक हमारी जिंदगी का आधा किलो था. अगर 1 है आधा किलो तो 4 होगा 2 किलो. 2 किलो मिल रहा है 36 रुपए में, तो 1 किलो मिलेगा 18 रुपए में. That's all. Got it now? Akriti, you got it? Ishika, looks good. Dark rebel, yes. It's tricky, and that is why I did not use the term ratio and conversion. I have just gone very basic, like we do it for 6th or 7th standard students. All of you got that? Okay. Non-engineers QA model, because this is QA, and a lot of people are asking that what we have to do before attending the live class. They should watch this non-engineers Q taken by Kamal sir. He is a great person when it comes to teaching the basic and fundamental stuff, what builds the mathematical acumen. So a lot of people, and Ayush is a student last year. He was someone who scored 93% before joining iQuanta, and this time he got 99.69, and he says that he was a non-engineer, and this module helped him a lot. A lot of people are here who, like Akriti says, oh God, why Quant can't be easy. Ishika says, sad life. This is something which you guys should actually, go through, and do not go through all of it. Let's say you have a topic, you will be getting the timetable just a week before. Okay, so what you will do, let's say the topic of percentage is going to be taught in the live class the next week. So just go through that video in the non-engineers Q. That is what you need to do. Akhri, that is going to happen, don't worry. Well, having said that, we have more questions. I would like to invite Raj sir, for doing that, because Raj sir is here. He is, he has come flying from Mumbai, just like Superman. Raj sir, okay, so he will taking this. By the way, till that time, I'll be looking at the queries. Riddhi, that won't be affecting the live classes, not at all. But you should be looking at the non-engineers QA. Okay. Raj sir, please come. Students are waiting for you. There are 4 numbers. Oh, Raj sir is here. So we are solving it already. There are 4 numbers such that A is 60% more than B, C is 30% less than sum of B and A. If D is 10% more than C, difference between D and B is 3006. Find the value of C. So some people are doing it already, sir.
One very good thing about Abhishek sir is that he talks very lovingly, which I don't usually. So I'll focus on the ideas, on the concept. प्यार मोहब्बत की बातें वापस अभिषेक सर आके करेंगे. ठीक है, चलो, let's start with the question. Childhood question. Okay, what we have been doing since our childhood. There are 4 numbers, and we are talking about percentage. First, you take a base. Assume that base is equal to 100. यहाँ पे which quantity will be the base? There are 4 numbers: A, B, C, D. आपको क्या ढूंढना है? Preposition. Preposition. Identify the preposition. Preposition में कौन सा? Than, less than, more than, of. Identify these things. Less than, more than, या of. ठीक है? यहाँ पे what does it say? There are 4 numbers such that A is 60% more than B. So B is the base. I'll assume this to be 100. ठीक है? I'll assume B to be 100. A is 60% more than B. So A becomes 160. 60% more than 100. A is 60% more than B, right? C is 30% less than sum of B and A. Now what is sum of B and A? Sum of B and A is 260. Usse 30% less. On that 30% less. How much is 10% of this? 26. Listen very carefully. I'll repeat. We have assumed B to be 100. A is 60% more than B. So 160. This B we have assumed. Now A plus B is 260. On this you have to subtract 30%. किसका 30%? 260 का. So 30% of 260. 30% of 260. Do you understand that this is 3 times 10% of 260? And 10% of 260 is a very difficult calculation. 26. 3 into 26 is 78. So क्या करना चाहिए? 260 minus 78. 260 minus 78. 260 minus 78. How much will that be? So 260 minus 60, 200 minus 18, 182. Simple subtraction. So 260 minus 78. Is that correct? 18 or 60, 78, right? And the difference between D and B is 3006. Find the value of C. यहाँ पे D गलत है. D होना ही नहीं चाहिए, है ना? And the difference between D and B is 3006. There is no D. D है ही नहीं, है ना? There is no D. D है? कहाँ पे है? अच्छा, और है. ठीक, ठीक, ठीक. I'm sorry. हाँ, it's okay. I'm sorry. D है. D का statement मैंने miss कर दिया. ठीक है? So D it says D is 10% more than C. D is 10% more than C. So इसका 10% देखो, 10% of 182. How much is that? 18.2. 18.2 इसमें add कर दो. So 202. 200.2. Now question says difference between D and B. Difference between D and B is 3006. यहाँ पे देखो what is the difference between D and B? Color change कर देता हूँ. What is the difference between D and B? B and D. 100, 202. Difference is 100.2. So 100.2 की जगह it is given 3006. So 100.2 is equivalent to 3006. Can you tell me how many times it is? 1002, 3 times is 3006. Decimal hai to 30 times into 30. So 100.2 is 3006. So actual value between D and D, find the value of C. So everything is going to be 30 times. Okay? So A should become 160 into 30, 4800. This 100 should become 100 into 30, 3000. This 182 should become into 30. So 18 54, 546, 0. And this 202 into 30 should become 6006. Okay? So all the values are there now. Right? Chalo, abhi dekhe. Any questions? Any questions? Any doubts? Dekho, this question is a good one. There is a very high chance of making a mistake in this question. There is a very high chance of wasting a lot of time in this question. Nahi karna hai. See, whenever you have a large question, whenever you have a good question, whenever you have a difficult question, slow down. Okay? Whenever you have a difficult question, just slow down. मैंने क्या गलती की थी? मैंने डी का पढ़ा ही नहीं था. So what you have to focus on is read the question very carefully. मैं सारा हटा रहा हूँ अभी. Read very carefully. Read very carefully. जितना बड़ा question, जितना difficult question, उतना ही slow down. What is more important is doing it correctly. हवाबाजी नहीं करना है. ठीक है? Doing it correctly is more and more important. Not every question can be done with a shortcut. Okay? This is one of those questions where the language plays the most important part. The patience, right? And keeping track of things that are happening. देखो ना, एक से दूसरा, दूसरे से तीसरा, तीसरे से चौथा ऐसे attached है. Yes? ठीक है? Right. And one very important thing that you can see in this question is that ratio has been used very beautifully. Whether you see it or not, but what we are using is ratio, or more so we are using proportionality. Without using the word proportionality, we have used proportionality, है ना? And that is why I say that ratio is the most important tool. Most important tool. और वो कैसे आएगा? वो emotion के through आएगा. Emotion कैसे develop होगा? How do I develop emotion? By doing it again and again and again. The more I use anything, I become more and more comfortable, and we do this. There is one more very important thing in this question, which is the unsung hero, and we always ignore that, and that is addition subtraction. Did you notice that? Did you notice that in this question there is a very simple usage of addition subtraction, and which proudly a lot of us make mistake? Are you guys with me? Yes, no, anything? मेरी बातें बुरी लग रही है, ठीक लग रही है? Do you understand my emotions for now? Why we have taken 30? That is 30 times, na? 100.2, Krisha, listen carefully. 100.2 is equivalent to 3006. So how much will be x equivalent to? How much will be 100 equivalent to? How much will be 160 equivalent to? And so on. एक चीज का कीमत इतना है तो दूसरे का कितना होगा, तीसरे का कितना होगा, and so on. Okay? Ishika, you do not use calculator. Okay? Calculator मत use करो. Calculator एक छलावा है. I'll explain that many times later, but अभी उसको use मत करो. Use your own brain, use your own mind, use pen paper. Use pen paper. Okay? It's a big exam. It's too big an exam to go for any, what do you say, shortcut in the beginning. Please avoid any shortcut in the beginning when you have started. ठीक है? Question तो पढ़ना ठीक से आता नहीं है. देखो भैया, मैं सच बोलता हूँ, ठीक है ना? Without any hesitation, irrespective of who is listening. So please avoid using shortcut even if you are good. ठीक है ना? First make yourself comfortable, and before making yourself comfortable, make yourself aware. Aware of what? Aware of language. शब्द क्या इस्तेमाल करते हैं? Questions का type. पूछते क्या है? Type of questions. First make yourself aware of it. दिखाओ तो सही पहले अपने आप को, है ना? जितना ज्यादा उसको देखोगे, आई मीन आई गिव यू वन सिंपल एग्जांपल, व्हेन यू गो फ्रॉम योर कॉलेज टू योर हाउस, पूछते हुए जाते हो कि शर्मा जी का घर किधर है, बता दो, मेरे घर जाना है, ऐसा होता है क्या? नहीं ना. You don't think, you don't ask anyone when you go home, when you go your own home, or if you go to a new place, maybe शुरुआत में आप क्या देखते हो, कौन सा दुकान, कौन सा शॉप, कौन सा बिल्डिंग, कौन सा होर्डिंग. Once you do that, then it becomes very, very, very easy. So पहले चलना सीखना है, ठीक है ना? First you have to walk, then run. So running में शॉर्टकट आएगा, और वो आएगा, क्यों नहीं आएगा? करेंगे उसको, अधिकार पूर्वक करेंगे. We'll do it rightfully, but we'll do it only when we are comfortable and aware about the things that are going to be there. ठीक है ना? Yes? Anything? चलो ये वाला क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं, 2 क्वेश्चंस और हैं. We'll just do that and then I'll, if you wish, I can give a little more insight about the, again, psychological and mental part. The price of a commodity rises from 6 per kg to 7.5 per kg. The expenditure cannot increase. The percentage of reduction in consumption. अब देखो, this is exactly same as the second question जो ALP सर ने किया, है ना? I mean यहाँ पे एक नॉर्मल सी चीज है. This is a ratio part. एक बहुत सिंपल सी चीज है. मुझे एक बात बताओ, forget maths, forget shortcut or forget anything. If price increases, what should I do? Consumption क्या करना चाहिए? Anyone who doesn't understand Hindi, English, whatever, I mean, मुझे सिर्फ ये बताओ, consumption. अरे ड्यूरेशन वगैरह की बात छोड़ो ना यार, काम करो. चलो, price increases, what happens to consumption? Okay, I'm talking about something good, so please focus on this. If price increases, what should happen to consumption? ठीक है, क्या होना चाहिए consumption का? आंसर छोड़ दो. If price increases, अगर price बढ़ गया, तो जो हम कंज्यूम करते हैं, जो सामान की क्वांटिटी होती है, क्या होनी चाहिए? Should it increase or should it decrease? If price increases, quantity should decrease. Yes or no? If price increases, quantity should decrease. कैसे? In same proportion. Now, proportion may be a new word for some people. मैं समझाता हूं, उसका मीनिंग समझाता हूं. I'll tell you like this. If price doubles, but I cannot spend more, मेरे पास पैसा उतना ही है. If price doubles, quantity क्या करना चाहिए? Quantity क्या करना चाहिए? If price doubles, then quantity should become half. So same proportion, या ऐसा बोलो, अगर same समझने में वैसे same ही बोलते हैं उसको, but कोई बात नहीं, उसको opposite बोल सकते हैं, है ना? In opposite proportion, कि अगर price को double किया, quantity should become half. Price को triple किया, quantity should become 1/3. Price को half किया, तो quantity can become double. Yes, no? है ना? So अगर price बढ़ गया, quantity कम हो जाना चाहिए. If the price increases, quantity should reduce. So here, look at the ratio of price. Original is to new. 6 is to 7.5. That is 4 is to 5. So it was easier to see when it was half or double. What about in the case of other ratios? 6 is to 7.5 is 60 is to 75. 15 4s are 60, 15 5s are 75. So price ratio is 4 is to 5. Amount is not changing. So quantity ratio should be 5 is to 4. Please note it down carefully. For same amount, for same expenditure. Please respond and tell me if you understand this. Yes, no? Price ratio, opposite quantity ratio. ठीक है? So, original quantity, if it was 5 kg, new quantity is 4 kg. So, there is a reduction. How much is the reduction? On 1. 5 से 4 हुआ. From 5 it has become 4. So, reduction is 1. On what? 5. So, 1 by 5 into 100. And that is 20% decrease. 20% decrease. Right? Shivani, we have to take ratio. 6 is to 7.5. So this is 60 is to 75. So 15 4s are 60, 15 5s are 75. Don't worry, if you have not done ratio, go and do the basics of ratio that you have done in, I think, 7th standard, 7th या 8th standard में किया होगा. In fact, 6th में किया होगा. अगर वहाँ पे नहीं किया है, तो non-engineers is your life saver. Okay? उसको बिल्कुल क्या बोलते हैं, अमृत समान समझ के उसके ऊपर काम करिए, वही आपकी जिंदगी बचाएगा। ओके, clarify what? Nobody is here. Okay, clarify what? What clarification do you want in this? 6 rupees per kg, 7.5 rupees per kg, 6 is to 7.5, 60 is to 75, decimal हट गया, 10 से multiply हुआ, 10 से multiply both, he becomes 70 and 60 and 75. Now first clarify what? Have you heard the word ratio? That's another important question. If you have not heard the ratio word, obviously you will not be able to understand that. So please tell me if there is anything else that you want to clarify. There is another way to look at it. I can give another example. Assume a certain amount. Assume an expenditure. Assume an expenditure. Okay? This is another way to look at it. Another, non-engineers is a recorded session. Non-engineers QA and engineers VARC जो है ना, they are recorded session. They will be available in your dashboard. Once you enroll, you can access it. They are recorded sessions and they are very, very basics. Okay? मतलब रेशियो क्या होता है वहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, ठीक है? हालांकि इवन वी डू इट इन द क्लास ऑल्सो, बट क्लास में थोड़ा सा उस पर कैसे बोलेंगे उसको, उसमें थोड़ा कम ही समय लगाएंगे ना, अदरवाइज टाइम वेस्ट होगा. सो दिस विल गिव यू व्हाट इज अ रेशियो. इट्स लाइक व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ आकृति, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ राज, वैसा वाला, ठीक है? व्हाट इज रेशियो, रेशियो होता ही क्या है, जो 6 स्टैंडर्ड 7 स्टैंडर्ड में है ना, वो इधर कराया हुआ है. राइट? ठीक है? ओके. अब इस क्वेश्चन को करने का एक और तरीका है. अज्यूम सम एक्सपेंडिचर. एक्सपेंडिचर अज्यूम कर लो. लुक फॉर एन वैल्यू विच इज अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 7.5 and 6. The smallest number can be 30 rupees. ये 30 कहां से आया? 30 is a common multiple. In fact, lowest common multiple. अब ये lowest common multiple जीवन में पहले कभी सुना है? अच्छा, मेरी बातों से किसी को बुरा लग रहा है? Is there anyone who is getting offended? Please do. Please get offended, है ना अभिषेक सर? Yeah, so please get offended and आज रात को LCM पूरा पढ़ डालना, है ना? Because LCM है. See, please try and understand, we are talking about CAT exam. We are not talking about a walk in the garden. You know, ये slow marathon नहीं है, slow jog नहीं है कि चलो अडानी वालों ने कोई ऑर्गेनाइज किया है, फर्स्ट प्राइज मिलेगा, सेकंड प्राइज मिलेगा, हर किसी को जूस मिलेगा, वैसा नहीं हो रहा इधर. कैट एग्जाम की बात कर रहे हैं, है ना? एंड मैं वापस से वही याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ, गिव देम अ रीजन. क्या है वो? सम पीपल नो इट. वो एक बार फूंक मारेंगे, उसमें से 20,000 बाहर, दूसरा फूंक मारेंगे 50,000 बाहर. वो फूंक मारने वाली बात है एलसीएम ना जानना. नॉट नोइंग एलसीएम, not knowing the meaning of ratio, not knowing the things that you have studied from 4th to 10th is like giving them a reason कि आपको फूंक मार के उसमें से निकाल दें बाहर, है ना? End of the day कितने 8,000 मान लो, 8,000 are getting admission in good college. So आप ये तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं सोच सकते कि हल्का फुल्का कुछ काम करके, थोड़ा बहुत कुछ काम करके हो जाएगा, नहीं होगा, ठीक है ना? एंड ये तो खैर बहुत ही 4th to 10th का जो स्कूल का मैथ्स है, मैं उसकी बात कर रहा हूं. ओके, सो प्लीज एवरीवन, प्लीज गेट ऑफेंडेड विद माय वर्ड्स, विद माय स्टेटमेंट्स एंड डू दैट. एक और चीज मैं टारगेट दे सकता हूं. आई मीन आई कैन गिव यू टारगेट्स, आई कैन गिव यू आइडियाज. 4th to 10th का जो मैथ्स है, ये आपको 15 दिन में पूरा खत्म करना है. कर सकते हो? अगर कर सकते हो तो आगे बढ़ो, वरना छोड़ दो, ठीक है? ये उठा के करो ना. इसमें फर्क क्या है मैं आपको समझाता हूं. यू डोंट हैव टू गो टू द थियोरी और थ्योरम प्रूफ नहीं करना. थ्योरम प्रूफ नहीं करना. यू हैव टू लुक एट द बेसिक थियोरी, स्टडी द थियोरी, स्टडी द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, ठीक है? एंड डू सम बेसिक क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम देयर. सम बेसिक क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम देयर. एनसीईआरटी की बुक नहीं है तो खरीद लो, या वेबसाइट्स कहीं से डाउनलोड कर लो, किसी फ्रेंड को पूछ लो, होगा, पीडीएफ ऑलरेडी घूमता रहता है इधर उधर, कहीं ना कहीं से मिल जाएगा. बहाने नहीं बनाना है. द होल पॉइंट इज बहाने नहीं बनाने, ठीक है ना? फाइंड अ वे टू डू इट Don't just keep singing about it. Find a way to do it. Find a way to do it. देखो मेरे आते ही 120 से 101 हो गए. That's a very clear, क्या फूंक मारने वाली बात. You see, it is very, very simple, very clear. It's a good exam. It's a beautiful exam. You cannot be ignorant. You cannot be relaxed. मतलब अंदर कुछ तो तकलीफ होनी चाहिए बॉस. कैट एग्जाम की बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना. कैट एग्जाम की बात करें, this there should be some irritation, agitation, and there should be effort following that agitation. कि आगे क्या मैं कुछ एक्टिविटी करूंगा, है ना. किसी को गोली दे दिया कि अरे इसमें मेरा मैथ्स खराब है, नहीं तो उससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला, तो खराब ही रहेगा. क्या करना है वो मैंने बताया. स्कूल का पूरा सिलेबस पहले कंप्लीट करो अप टू 10th स्टैंडर्ड, ठीक है ना. एक एक शब्द, एक एक वर्ड. नहीं समझ आ रहा 2 बार करो, 3 बार करो, 4 बार करो, 5 बार करो. जब तक नहीं समझ आता तब तक करो. That's the whole idea. Okay, I was talking about a different method for this question. So look at LCM of 6 and 7.5, a number which is divisible by both 6 and 7.5. So 6 5s are 30, 7.5 4 times is 30. So let's assume that amount is 30 rupees. ठीक है. Now original, new, price, quantity. Original price is 6 rupees. तो मुझे एक बात बताओ, in 30 rupees at the rate of 6 rupees per kg, what is the quantity that I can get? 5 kg? Yes or no? 30 by 6. And new case में, where the price is 7.5, what is the quantity that I can get? 30 divided by 7.5. How much is that? 4 kg. अब फिर कोई बोलेगा ये 30 by 7.5 4 कहां से आया? अरे करो ना यार, काम करो ना, डेली लाइफ के हिसाब से काम करो. वर्क ऑन योर डेली लाइफ कॉन्सेप्ट. आलू खरीदने जाते हो, 7.5 रुपए का 1 किलो मिलता है, तो 30 रुपए में कितने किलो आलू आएंगे ये आप अपने दिमाग से कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. डू नॉट रेस्ट्रिक्ट योर सेल्फ. जबरदस्ती के रेस्ट्रिक्शन मत डालो. डू नॉट इग्नोर द डेली लाइफ सिचुएशंस. I mean, don't you know कि if there is something that is costing 7.5 rupees, in 15 rupees I can get 2 of them, in 30 rupees I can get 4 of them. या यही करना है. उस बात पे बिलीव करो, ठीक है ना. As I keep saying, trust the fundamental process. Keep doing that. Okay. नया कुछ नहीं आ जाएगा. They will not ask question related to magnetic field on Saturn. उससे related question नहीं पूछेंगे. ऐसी चीजें पूछेंगे जो हमारी लाइफ में होती हैं, जो हमारी धरती पे हमारे जीवन में नॉर्मल चीजों में होती है. Yes, no, anything? कोई रिएक्शन नहीं आ रहा यार. गुस्सा कर रहे तो वही बता दो. Okay, so original quantity was 5 kg. New quantity is 4 kg. So there is a reduction. How much is the reduction? 1. किसके ऊपर? 5 के ऊपर. So 1 by 5, 20%. So this is another way where you choose a value. But yeah, ratio method is the best method. वो आपको learn करना ही है. That's not an option. वो जो ratio method है, that should always be learned because that will be a lifesaver. Okay? Yeah, can we go ahead? Can we go ahead? Yes. One question more. One more question we have. This is the last one. Okay. Rupees 395 are divided among A, B, C in such a manner that B gets 25% more than A and 20% more than C. The share of A is. Now this is purely based on ratio. दो अलग अलग ratios हैं. कैसे? देखो, A and B. Remember I talked about base. Whenever we talk about percentage, we first say look at the base. And also there is only one item which is related to both the other items in such a way that B gets 25% more than A. ठीक है? So A is the base. A or B में A is the base. So if I take A as 100, B will be 125. If I assume A as 100, B will be 125. So 100 is to 125, that is 4 is to 5. Yes, no? So A, B का relation मिल गया हमें. A is to B, that is 4 is to 5. Okay? And 20% more than C. किसकी बात हो रही है? B की ही बात हो रही है. So if I take B and C, so B is 20% more than C. So now C is the base. If I take C as 100, B will be 120. ठीक है ना। सो जो B है वो A से भी ज्यादा है और B जो है वो C से भी ज्यादा है। A जो B है वो A से भी ज्यादा है, B is more than A, B is more than C, right? So we have taken both of them separately. So here we get 26 times 25 times. So B is to C is 6 is to 5. Now how do I apply the ratio concept? We have to combine these two ratios. What is the common element? Common element is B. But the number corresponding to B is 4 and here the number corresponding to B is 6. B के लिए यहाँ पे 4 है, यहाँ पे 6 है. For B, here we have 4. For B, here we have 6. How do I combine two ratios? We can combine two ratios only if we can combine two ratios only if the values corresponding to the same item are same. So 4 and 6. What is the common multiple of 4 and 6? What is the common multiple of 4 and 6? 12. So make it 12. Ab 4 यहाँ पे, how many times should I multiply to make it 12? 3 times, right? But 4 and 5 are attached, so 5 will also get multiplied by 3. So this becomes 15. So A is to B is 12 is to 15. Here, if I, one second, गलत कर दिया ना मैंने, B corresponding 4 नहीं था, B के corresponding value 4 नहीं था, 5 था. Okay, wait a second, yeah. The corresponding value for B was not 4. ठीक है, कोई नहीं, ध्यान से करो. I am sorry. So A is to B is 4 is to 5 and B is to C is 6 is to 5. 6 is to 5, yeah. So B के लिए value is 5 here. I am so sorry. B के लिए value is 6 here. Yes, is it correct? Absolutely. So for B here we have 5, for B here we have 6. So 5 and 6 calcium. Yes, Ishan, I got it. Could we assume same 100 for B and C? Manisha, question पढ़ो ना. How can you do that? अंदाजे से कुछ नहीं बोलना है. Do not ignore the question. Do not ignore the given things in the question. If it is saying that B is more than C, तो how can you take both B and C to be 100? नहीं ले सकते. Simple सी बात है. B and C will be different. है ना? Okay, correct. So B is 5, B is 6. So 5 and 6 LCM 30. So make this 30. 5, how many times is 30? 6 times. So 4 also 6 times. So 24. So A is to B is 24 is to 30. In this case, B 6, if I'm making it 30, how many times? 5 times. So 5 also 5 times, 25. So 30 is to 25. So B is to C is 30 is to 25. Now if you see, the value corresponding to the common element is the same, 30, 30. So now we can combine. How do we combine? A is to B is to C. A is to B is to C is how much? If B is 30, in that case A should be 24. In that case C should be 25. So the ratio of ABC is 24 is to 30 is to 25. ठीक है? Now, hold on. अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ. अभी ना रेशियो में ना एक कंटिन्यूटी की एक बात होती है बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी. A is to B is to C. So we have A as 24, B as 30, C as 25. A plus B plus C. अगर मैं यहीं पे कंटिन्यू कर दूं तो what I can do is I can take addition of these three values. How much is that? 55, 75, 79. So A plus B plus C will be 79, A is 24, B is 30, C is 25. Now we have to look for correspondence. Correspondence. How? Same logic. 395 is the total. That means A plus B plus C is 395. That means 79 is equivalent to 395. 79 is equivalent to 395. How many times it is? It is 5 times. So if it is 5 times, then each one of them will become 5 times. So 24 5 times, 120. 35 times, 150. 25 5 times, 150. 125, sorry. Okay, so A is 120, B is 150, C is 125. Okay, now it will automatically become fast once you have if you done ratio concept. अगर आपने रेशियो कॉन्सेप्ट किया होगा, डिटेल में किया होगा, तो ये सब क्वेश्चन वॉक थ्रू हो जाएंगे. These are the easiest category questions. These are called sitters. Easiest questions. ये सब 1 minute वाले questions हैं, in fact less than 1 minute वाले questions हैं, less than 1 minute. You should be able to do these questions in 40, 50, 60 seconds at max. Yeah, is this the last question? ठीक है. Now try and understand that these questions need you to work on your basic concepts really, really well. Problem क्या होती है? People when they start working, when they start preparation, they immediately start looking for, shortcuts, methods. और मीनिंग यहाँ ये than और less का मीनिंग फर्क समझ नहीं आ रहा. So कैसे चलेगा? Please understand that if you do not understand the fundamental concept, shortcut तो छोड़ो. क्वेश्चन में ना हल्का सा वर्ड चेंज. कैट इज अ वेरी इंटेलिजेंट एग्जाम, वेरी इंटेलिजेंट पीपल प्रिपेयर द पेपर. ठीक है ना? सो एंड दैट इज द रीजन दैट एवरी 1 or 2 years द पैटर्न इज चेंज्ड. व्हाई डू दे चेंज द पैटर्न? बिकॉज पीपल in the name of, somebody said about something about smart work, so I will answer that now. In the name of smart work, what people do is they just start doing copy pasting. They forget that there is something called basic concept. You study the basic concept so properly that even if the language is changed, even if the some tricky part is included, something new is included, you will be able to answer the questions if you read properly. ठीक है ना? There is no option for basic concepts. Once you are great with the basic concepts, being great, being good with basics is automatically equivalent to shortcuts. Is automatically equivalent to shortcuts. दुनिया का कोई भी शॉर्टकट, कोई भी टीचर, कोई भी फैकल्टी आपको हवा में बता देगा, आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, और अगर समझ में आ गया तो आप इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पाओगे. You will be able to use it only if you understand the meaning of the words. If I change the words, if I change the order, everything will go haywire. That is why it is really, really extremely very, very important to focus on the basic concepts of every topic, every chapter. There is another thing that you need to understand. Is there any announcement done that which chapter will contribute an easy question? और which chapter will contribute a difficult question? ऐसा कुछ होगा क्या एग्जाम में? नहीं ना. तो हम कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे कौन से टॉपिक के इजी क्वेश्चन आएंगे, कौन से टॉपिक का डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आएंगे? बट इजी और डिफिकल्ट, द कॉन्सेप्ट्स कैन नॉट चेंज, राइट? The meaning of ratio cannot change, the meaning of percentage cannot change, meaning of quadratic roots cannot change, meaning of triangle, properties of triangle, property of quadrilateral, they cannot change. Are you getting my point? So if those things cannot change and you understand them very well, whatever change is done in the question, you will be able to answer them. Okay? So that's all for this session from me. Please come, sir. Yeah. Now if you want to ask anything, please go ahead and ask. Fatafat. I'll take the mic in the hand. Yes, batao children. Anyone wants to ask anything? So somebody was worried about the time, so the session is over. Now we are here. We can answer your queries, your questions. कुछ question पहले थे. How will the classes happen? The classes will happen on Facebook. ठीक है? The live classes, the application classes, these two are the things which are done in the class. Okay, in the differences in the live class, you will be able to see the faculty, you will be able to interact with the faculty, you will be able to ask directly and then and there. In case of application classes, you will not be able to see the faculty. That's the only difference. Even that is also live, but you will not be able to see the faculty. Okay. Sometimes the application class is more fun, है ना? Yeah. Because of that
competition edge.
Yeah, I mean, when a question is given, a lot of people try to answer that. Then there are prizes, there are surprises, there are so many things that keep happening. So sometimes the application classes will be more interesting. Who will be taking the quant session? The quant session will be taken by me, Raj, ALP sir, and Kamal sir.
All three.
All three. Great session. अच्छा चलो ठीक है. I need to practice a lot for quant specially. See, such a beautiful solution. इशिका क्या करोगे अभी? Night dates पे जाओ, है ना? Now there is a very beautiful concept of night date. ठीक है, मेरा बैकलॉग हो गया, मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा, टाइम कम पड़ रहा है, तो कहाँ से टाइम निकालोगे? If you are doing anything else other than your college, school or CAT preparation, तो आप क्राइम कर रहे हो. पहली बात तो ये. अगर आप if you are doing anything other than your college or other than your CAT preparation, then you have no right to prepare for CAT. भाई मैं इतना ही ब्रूटल हूँ, इसको प्यार से तुम बोल देना भाई, है ना. बट प्यार से बोलने से और ब्रूटली बोलने से फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा, करने से फ़र्क पड़ेगा. दूसरा, टाइम अगर नहीं है, जेन्युइनली किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है, तो क्या करेंगे, हफ्ते में 1 या 2 दिन नहीं सोएंगे या आधा सोएंगे, ठीक है ना. द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नाइट डेट, रात को बैठेंगे, या वी कम बैक फ्रॉम द ऑफिस, वी स्लीप फॉर 2 hours, वेक अप, एंड दैट डे we work for 4-5 hours till the morning before we go back to office or college. So this is the, see, जो है उसी में से निकालोगे ना, चमत्कार थोड़ी हो जाएगा. You cannot expect a miracle to happen. You cannot expect, you know, कौन आता है वो, Santa Claus, to come and drop something in your house. That is not going to happen. See, practically, physically कुछ solution निकालना पड़ेगा. You will have to sit down and walk. Time, everybody has 24 hours. ठीक है? So if you have not done work in school, do it now. Do it, you know, use that time which nobody else is using. I mean, these are the solutions that you can look forward to. ठीक है, काम करेंगे बहुत अच्छा होगा, काम नहीं करेंगे 4 लाख में से 8,000, 3,92,000 people are going to be blown away. So don't forget that fact. Can we, and remember, मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, I have calculated somehow, I don't know, the cat people are 4,000 times more brutal than me. मैं तो बड़ा
especially in interviews, PI.
अरे इंटरव्यू में तब पहुंचेंगे ना जब कैट परसेंटाइल आएगा.
ये बात भी सही है.
So I am very clear and very particular about that emotional part of it. बहानेबाजी नहीं करनी है, काम करना है, काम पे फोकस करना है, काम के लिए जान लगाना है. अगर जान लगाते हो तो बहुत अच्छा चांसेस बनता है, ठीक है ना. डोंट गो ऑन थिंग्स दैट पीपल से ऑन यूट्यूब एंड दोज थिंग्स, ये ऐसा हो जाएगा, वैसा हो जाएगा, ये चमत्कार हो जाएगा. कोई चमत्कार नहीं होगा. इन द एंड व्हेन द परसेंटाइल कम्स, ओनली 1% पीपल आर गोइंग टू गेट 99 and above percentile, right? And 1% means 4,000 people. Only 4,000 people are going to get 99 plus percentile. And those people are not simple, that is what I know. Those people are from, that's a very good information. Those people who get 99 or above percentile, they are from all backgrounds, not only engineers. They are from arts, science, commerce, you know, CA, engineer, non-engineer, every category. ठीक है? There are people who have not done very well in 10th, even they have scored 99 plus percentile, and there are many of them every year. Okay? The difference is they work a little extra. They work a lot extra actually. अपनी औकात, अपनी जान से ज़्यादा काम करते हैं, और फिर उसके बाद उम्मीद रखते हैं कि शायद कुछ हो जाए, उनमें से कुछ लोगों का आ भी जाता है. पॉइंट ये है, it doesn't make any difference which background you are from. What makes a difference is what is the work that you're going to do in the next 5-6 months. ठीक है, मैं कुछ भी बोलूँ, मेरा टोन कोई सा भी हो, वैसे आई एम अ वेरी गुड गाय बाय द वे, आई एम अ स्वीट गाय, ओके, मेरा टोन कोई भी हो, एक्टर हूँ तो थोड़ा बहुत आ जाता है, हाँ. But the point is, if you do not take it the way that I have mentioned, if you do not take the intent the way I have mentioned, it is not going to work out. It is not going to work, you know, the way we plan things and कुछ इवेंट हो रहा है, वेडिंग में जा रहे हैं, फंक्शन में जा रहे हैं, दिवाली मना रहे हैं, ऐसे सब करके ये चीज़ तो नहीं होगा. इतना मैं जानता हूँ, ठीक है. Even if you are good, you need to work and make sure that you are good at the highest, at the moment of highest requirement. If you are not so good, then तो automatically you need to work 3 times, 4 times as compared to the others. सोचना क्या है इसमें, तरीका क्यों ढूंढना है, क्योंकि तरीका है नहीं. तरीका सिर्फ बोलने के लिए होता है, तरीका सिर्फ सेशन, मार्केटिंग के सेशन लेने के लिए होता है. ये शॉर्टकट लगा दो, वो शॉर्टकट लगा दो. दीज आर ऑल मार्केटिंग गिमिक्स. देयर इज ओनली वन वे, एंड दैट इज यू ब्रेक अ टॉपिक. परसेंटेज चैप्टर है, ठीक है, ब्रेक इट इनटू 5 parts, 6 parts. डू 1 part in a day, डू 2nd part on the next day. टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है, मत सो ना रात को, दोस्तों के साथ घूमने मत जाओ, इंस्टाग्राम फेसबुक डिलीट कर दो, कंप्यूटर में फेसबुक लॉगिन रखो, सिर्फ क्लास के लिए अटेंड करो. दैट्स इट. सी, इफ यू नो यू कैनॉट, क्या था वो अंग्रेजी में क्या बोलते हैं, यू कैनॉट एक्सपेक्ट डिफरेंट रिजल्ट्स बाय डूइंग द सेम एक्टिविटी. आई थिंक आइंस्टाइन या आइजैक न्यूटन, आइंस्टाइन साहब ने बोला था. इतना बड़ा आदमी कुछ तो सोच के बोला होगा ना. यू कैनॉट एक्सपेक्ट अ डिफरेंट रिजल्ट बाय डूइंग द सेम एक्टिविटी. कितना सुंदर बात है, कितना सिंपल बात है, कितना सिंपल बात है. पीपल कीप सेइंग हमें 9 to 5 जॉब पसंद नहीं है. तो अरे यार, तो तुम्हारे पास दूसरा स्किल क्या है, वो डेवलप करो ना. हमारा मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है, तो तुमने कितना टाइम लगाया स्कूल के मैथ्स को रिवाइज करने के लिए. सी, व्हेन यू स्टार्ट डूइंग थिंग्स, you cannot do it in a day, you cannot do it in a month, but you can do it in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Keep doing it till the last day.
उसमें ये था जो the people who expect the same result by doing different things, That's called craziness. And expecting different result but the same thing is stupidity.
हाँ एक्चुअली चलो ये अंग्रेज है तो ये उस हिसाब से भाई आई अंडरस्टैंड इमोशंस आई एम ऑल्सो इनटू थिएटर्स आई लव डूइंग थिएटर एंड सो ऑन सो मुझे ना भावनाएं समझ आती हैं मुझे ये बहुत अच्छे से पता है कैट इज़ अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल इमोशनल एग्जाम इट ड्रेन्स यू इट चैलेंजेस यू and it rewards you also at the same time but it rewards you as per your ability तुमने अपनी एबिलिटी को कितना बढ़ाने के लिए काम किया है ठीक है अगर बढ़ाने के लिए काम करोगे then you can expect a better result that's the whole point okay so that's the answer of whatever questions some people may have had चलो ठीक है so I'll change the tone now अब मैं थोड़ी देर प्यार से बात करूंगा okay so I can do that just by switching on and off सो अब अगर कुछ क्वेरी है तो बताओ अभी मैं टोन चेंज करके प्यार से बताता हूँ क्या था एकेडमिक रोड मैप कैन वी गेट 1-to-1 सेशन सो दैट आई कैन गेट एन एकेडमिक
Isha, the live class will be on Facebook only. The dashboard will be having the recordings. In case you have missed the classes on Facebook group, you can re-watch it as the recording on iQuanta dashboard.
उसमें ऐड कर दो all the sessions that have happened in your batch, the recording of that will be available in your login. So as simple as that, dashboard in your.
The next is if you skip practice session, if you have time, do not skip it. In case you are working, you might skip it, but try to balance it out by doing extra questions. Siddhant, yes, you can do that. You just go on iQuanta website, the support number there, call on that number and ask them to have a one-to-one session with the faculty members. Dark rebel, teacher like you, straightforward. Okay. Krisha, Quant will be divided among 3 people. That is Raj sir, me and Kamal sir.
DI also.
Quant, DI, LR. There will be three different people. 2 are here and 1 is Kamal sir, whom you will be watching probably day after tomorrow. So they'll be distributed. Then
Oh, this is my favorite question.
bad academics.
Bad academics. ठीक है तो पाप तुमने किया भुगतेगा कौन पहला बात बहुत सिंपल प्लेन एंड क्लियर दैट इज वन सेकंड कैन यू चेंज इट नो स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट इट दिस इज फॉर एवरीवन इफ देयर इज समथिंग दैट हैज ऑलरेडी हैपेंड एंड यू कैनॉट चेंज इट right okay then what you can do you can complement it how will you complement it by doing things that you are doing right now suppose you are in final year or you are in graduation Vedant हाँ बेटा ध्यान से समझो if you're in final year can you try and get slightly better result as compared to the past that you have had and can you try and get a very good percentile in CAT that's the only solution ना हम पीछे नहीं जा सकते ठीक है we cannot go back but what we can do is ना नहीं ये what we can do is CAT के अंदर percentile लेके आ सकते हैं क्या so that when there is a question in the interview that why do you have such a bad academics तो बताओ मैं अच्छा नहीं था मैं बदमाश था I mean not in that way जिससे मैं बोलता हूँ ऐसे नहीं बोलना इस बात को LP सर बताएंगे that how to speak in interview और interview की बात बाद में when will the situation of interview will happen interview का call कब आएगा मेरे बच्चों when will you get an interview call when you get a certain percentile right so focus entirely on this all the more reason to work a little hard on this because this is still possible we still have 4-5 months we still have a guidance we still have a systematic approach we still have a step-wise approach wherein one step you do you know this much you can score 70 percentile second step you do you go to 75 third step you do you go to 82 fourth step you do you go to 89 90 so there is a possibility that you get a very good percentile then you get an interview call and then answering the interview ठीक है मुझे मेरे से सजेशन मत लेना interview answers का but yeah at the same time you have to be you have to show a balance कि देखो मैंने तब खराब किया था but I am still the same person who has done real hard work in the last few months or years and I am here in front of you for the interview so that is a later part just understand one thing something that you cannot change forget about it focus on something that you can complement now something you can develop now as simple as that इसको और कॉम्प्लिकेट मत करो 50 लोगों अभी प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या एक और मैं बताता हूँ वेदांत चलो आई डोंट नो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल वुड हैव आस्क्ड द सेम क्वेश्चन टू 10 डिफरेंट पीपल और 10 लोगों ने अलग अलग गोली दी होगी और किसी का कोई मीनिंग नहीं है किसी का कोई मतलब नहीं है ठीक है देयर इज ओनली वन वे टू चेंज इट and that is getting a good percentile in CAT if you're going for CAT. Similarly, if you're going for UPSC exam or something, crack it there. वही एक तरीका है, पीछे जो हो गया you cannot change it, so don't worry about it. I think I have answered it in the simplest
पर
possible
इसमें
manner.
एक चीज़ ऐड करना है सर. Vedant, if you are there, what Raj sir has told, that is the exact thing. I'll just quantify it once. So what happens in the final selection, the merit list is out of 100 marks, out of which 25 to 35% goes to CAT score in the final merit list, not for the calls. This is very important. And 50% goes to PI and VAT in IIMs. In IIMs, they don't have group discussion.
Wow.
While in Ahmedabad, they don't have VAT. Also, they have AWT, called Analytical Writing Test. So this is around 75 to 85% already. Remaining 15%, 5% is for work experience. So let's say you are a fresher, still you will be getting 1.5. So all the freshers get 1.5 marks. So there you have lost 3.5 marks. And then coming to the your graduation, 10, 12 academic thing, it's a gain of 5%. So even if you have, let's say you have got 70% around, still you'll be getting 3 marks. So that's not to worry much. So here you have lost 3.5, here you would have lost 2, and being a non-engineer, you will get 3 marks extra, academic diversity. So overall, what is in your hand? 75 to 85%. And that is what Rasa was trying to say. So this is the quantifiable data of your query.
ठीक है, राइट. सो बेसिकली ईमानदारी से सब कुछ भूल के प्यार से अब मेहनत करो, बस. दिस इज माई मैसेज टू एवरी वन. पीपल हैव डन इट, पीपल डू इट एवरी ईयर. अजीब अजीब लोग आके क्रैक करके चले जाते हैं यार. आई मीन आई फील सो बैड फॉर द पीपल हु डोंट गेट सिलेक्टेड एंड वेरी हैप्पी फॉर द पीपल हु आर लाइक देवर नो चांस इनिशियली. मैं ऐसे बच्चों को जानता हूँ जिनका कोई उम्मीद नहीं है. गौरी, आई होप यू आर हियरिंग, है ना, and similar other children who had those questions and responses. Don't worry about what is the status now. If you're talking about being a manager in PricewaterhouseCoopers or Ernst and Young or a Microsoft or Apple to be more known, उस तरह की जगहों पे अगर आप MBA करने के बाद काम करना चाहते हो, किस बेसिस पे भाई? कुछ तो इमोशनल कोशेंट होना चाहिए, कुछ तो स्किल बेस्ड यूटिलिटी होनी चाहिए. इंटेलिजेंस की बात तो मैं कर ही नहीं रहा. स्किल होना चाहिए, अच्छा होना चाहिए. 14 साल के बच्चे को गूगल अगर 1.5 करोड़ का पैकेज दे रहा है, क्या देख के दे रहा होगा? बच्चा ही है वो, एक्चुअली बच्चा है ना. आइसक्रीम चाहिए होता है उसको हर वीकेंड पे. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड इन द न्यूज़पेपर, इसलिए बता रहा हूँ एग्जाम्पल. तो वो तो फिर स्किल होगा तो वो छोटे बच्चे को भी ले लेंगे. अब स्किल बताओ ना कि आपके अंदर कौन सा स्किल है, व्हाट हैव यू डन. उसका एक बेंचमार्क है कैट एग्जाम, उसका एक बेंचमार्क है गेटिंग इनटू अ गुड कॉलेज. आईएम्स क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे वो बड़ी कंपनीज वहीं पे आएंगी, वो लखोटिया कॉलेज में नहीं जाएंगे. आई मीन व्हाटसोएवर नेम आर देयर, है ना. सो द बिगर कंपनीज विल गो टू बिगर कॉलेजेस, द मोर इंपॉर्टेंट कॉलेजेस. सो ये इसको ना बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करना है. आप मेहनत कीजिए, काम कीजिए, स्टेप वाइज कीजिए, पार्ट्स में ब्रेक करके कीजिए. एक दिन में करने की कोशिश मत करिए, कोई प्लानिंग मत कीजिए. प्लानिंग सिर्फ आज की होनी चाहिए. द प्लानिंग हैज़ टू बी डन ओनली फॉर टुडे. टुडे आई विल फिनिश इट बिफोर आई गो टू बेड. as simple as that. If it is not happening, कोई बात नहीं. Tomorrow I'll have the same intent, same niyat, same honesty, and I'll put my efforts again so that I complete yesterday's task and tomorrow's task. In a week, what will happen? There'll be a lot of pile up, lot of work, backlog. कोई बात नहीं, एक दिन नाइट आउट मारूंगा, नहीं हुआ बैकलॉग राइट ऑफ करके अगले हफ्ते दूसरा वापस से वहीं से शुरू कर देंगे और बैकलॉग को छोड़ देंगे इन द सेंस कि वो बैकलॉग मेरा नया टारगेट बन जाएगा. यही करना है हर हफ्ते अगले 30-40 हफ्तों के लिए. ठीक है, बिकॉज दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू कैन डू. इसके अलावा आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. ये मैं बहुत क्लियरली बोल रहा हूँ. 3 महीने बाद, 4 महीने बाद अगर आप इस चीज़ को फॉलो नहीं करेंगे तो आपको याद आएगा कि एक ट्राइसेप वाला बंदा आया था ऑरेंज टी शर्ट में 4 महीने पहले ऐसा ऐसा कुछ बोल रहा था, है ना. सो दैट इज हाउ you will have to look at it. Yeah.
There's certain
Next
queries.
question.
Satyadev, and there's one more person who has the same query, which is I think Satyadev is there. Okay, and Shivani, Satyadev and Shivani, I'll tell you what. If you're graduating this year, so they won't even ask you about the gap year. Actually, they do not care. If it is more than 1 year, like Shivani is graduating this year only, you won't have any problem. Satyadev, in your case, let's say it is more than a year, still they won't be asking much about it. If you just tell them that you're preparing for something and answer it properly. Basically, when the PI will be there, I'll be guiding you how to answer it. But all, if I kind of take an average of everything, they don't really ask. There are a lot of friends of mine who have gone to IIMs after 2 years of gap, and they did not even ask about the gap year. So don't worry about that. And now, what can we do to justify gap year? Shivani, don't justify it. Let it be. Okay. Can we watch recorded lecture or practice session? Shantanu, no. There is no recording practice because that goes on through comments and few already recorded videos.
Questions will be available.
Questions will be available.
Questions will be available as comments.
Yeah, as comments. Gauri not touched math for last 6 years. I think Rasa has told you already. By the way, go for the engineers VARC. That is something you need to do. In fact, we earlier before creating this module, we told that go for the NCRT books. But now, I know that is kind of undoable, impractical to go through all 4,000 pages. So that is why we have bite-sized videos. Just go through that. That is very important.
It's another very beautiful thing. Gauri, तुम्हारे लिए. Gauri, deliberately when I attempted CAT paper ना, तो when we do like say quant में 100 percentile आ गया, तो English deliberately I used to mark all wrong answers. Gauri, please respond to the answer that I'm giving to you. So what used to happen? I used to get 100 percentile in what do you say? Quant, and zero percentile in English because -30, -40 score होता था. Quant में 98, 96, sometimes 88, 84 score होता था 100 में से, and English में I used to get negative mark, -20, -30. So 100 percentile in Quant, 0 percentile in English, and overall percentile is 98.5. So what does that mean? Now आप इसको reverse करो. In your case, if you're saying you're very good with VARC, so already you have one section in your hand. तो काम करोगे तो quant में चलो. If you may not get 95, 100 percentile or 98 percentile in quant, can you get to 70, 80 percentile? Because to get 70 percentile, you need 5 questions out of 22. And that is something that is manageable for a person who is good with English. So think about that. है ना?
There is there is a catch to it. Gauri, probably you feel that good with VARC. Maybe you're good with English. This is what happens with all the languages, be it English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, whatever. People feel they are great in it, but they are not actually. So you might be fluent in English, speaking, communication, maybe writing really good. The problem with VARC for CAT is it's not just the linguistic test. It's also about the logic in English language. So probably you'll have to check yourself. Maybe you're comfortable in English. That's it. It doesn't really mean, yeah, it will help in a way, but it doesn't mean that you should not be you should also be focusing on that. It's not that we focus only on quant. And also adding to this 25 CAT score, it's 1/3 for every section, be it quant, be it VRC, be it LRDI. So let's say like Raj sir said that he scored 100th in quant. He doesn't want to do an MBA, right? That is why he is into mathematics and LRDI. The moment he wants to do an MBA, probably at this percentile he wouldn't get a call. The thing is, exactly. The thing is that you have to clear all the cutoffs. So you do not have to focus on one subject exactly. In fact, in IIM Bangalore or maybe Indore, I have to check it. Quant's weightage is lowest. It's not even 1/3. You'll be surprised to know that. They give more weightage to LRDI and VARC. That's also there. People who don't know it, this is something which is not readily available to everyone. This is the inside story. So cracking CAT is not just doing quants. That is what a lot of people feel. It's more than that. And I think this summarizes. Yeah. And also, in some IIMs, it's not even balanced.
Yes.
That is the problem. And they give more focus to either VRC or LRDI or both. Quant का lowest होगा या बराबर होगा. That is how it goes. Also, timetable Uddhav, I think you joined late. Maybe you can rewatch session. We discussed that also. Coming to Shivani का बता दिया है. Nivedita, no need to start with the 410 maths question. Just go through engineers VRC. That is the non-engineers quant. That is the reason we made it. Daily target, Surbhi.
4 to 10 का emotion ये था that see 4 to 10, saying 4 to 10 there was an emotional thing कि अगर वो भी नहीं किया तो क्या ऐसा, right? So do not misunderstand it. It's a what do you say, symbolic way of saying it. Yeah. कि आप उसको करने के लिए उसी के लिए नॉन इंजीनियर्स क्वांट जो है ना इसीलिए बनाया गया है बिकॉज इट कवर्स द समरी और एसेंस ऑफ द स्कूल सिलेबस विच इज डेफिनेटली रिक्वायर्ड. ठीक है, सो दैट्स हाउ इट इज.
Nivedita, invest this 1 week to finish off with this. Probably you won't be able to finish it, but finish at least the arithmetic part of it. And Isha, I think I just discussed the sectional cutoffs. That is the reason I told that. Moreover, that is the weightage that I discussed, but the sectional cutoffs in Ahmedabad it's 70 percentile actually. But if I try to balance everything, all the B schools, then 85 percentile in each section is something that you should get in each section. That is the cutoff. That won't guarantee admission, right? There's something at least you should get. Let's say you are probably someone is not that great in quants. So if you score, let's say 90, 92, 92nd percentile in quant and 98 in VARC in LRDI, then also your percentile will jump above 98th. So the main thing is to first of all, in the first 4 months, the entire focus should be on balancing 85th percentile in the individual sections. Obviously, after that, and if you get 85 in all the sections, overall be 92 or 93. That is going to happen. Okay, and should I start knowledge squad? Harshit, yes. Isha, your query is resolved. Ishika, schedule they have shared in the group into 11 a.m. 3 p.m. classes would be there. No, Ishika. 11 and 3 p.m. class is not there. They are practice sessions which you are working probably, so you can just miss those sessions, and you can just kind of practice more sessions from the books or the dashboard assignments. Mohit, where it will be on the dashboard. You just open the dashboard and all the sessions are recorded over there. Cookie, Noredo, yeah, Cookie, yeah, she is there. Cookie, Noredo Facebook group, enrolled recently, you'll be added very soon. Because the group has not yet been made for the second batch, that is the reason. But before that, you need to watch all the sessions that are planned here, which I discussed in the first slide, which is this. All these sessions should be watched, and then you'll be added to the group.
Books you will have to do on your own.
Surbhi, what do you want me to answer? Just a minute. नहीं कुछ और था सुरभि का. It will be an application. अच्छा okay. Books by own. Yeah, books will be by own.
Once the topic is over, you can solve it. Okay.
Rohan, any book is good for practicing questions. It's just that you need to practice. See, the thing is more or less nobody's gonna see it's cat. They won't be asking, what is the center of gravity. So any kind of book is okay. Just that you need to practice as much as you can. Rohit Ashwa left job after 8 months to study for CAT and CFA. Is that a good justification for gap year? Yeah, it's a good justification. No problem there. All right. So I think all the queries are solved now.
Yes. So, एक चीज ये समझो that the very fact that you guys have thought of doing something good in your life, that itself separates you from a very large, very big crowd. ठीक है? If you have thought of it, bring a little bit of confidence also into it. ठीक है, मैं करूँगा. Bring a little bit of killing attitude नहीं चाहिए होता है, desire चाहिए होता है. ठीक है? Bring that kind of desire, that kind of commitment. अंग्रेजी में बहुत सारे वर्ड्स हैं. resilience, हिंदी में सिंपल है, काम करो. ठीक है? Just keep working with the faith on yourself. Keep working on the also. हाँ क्या? हाँ, अनुशासन, दृढ़ संकल्प और यही सब चीज़ें. Important ये है that you just keep in mind, okay, whatever I am today, I'll be better tomorrow. Whatever number of questions I'm able to solve today, I'll be able to solve 2 more questions tomorrow. Keep doing that. If you keep doing that for 200 days, 200 days means 6 months, right? If you do that, the chances will dramatically change, and they change every year. They change for, different kind of people from different backgrounds, different kind of preparation, different kind of initial situations, irrespective of all those things. है ना? इसीलिए मैं बहुत ब्रूटली उसको हैंडल करता हूँ कई बार कि वो आने ही नहीं देना है ना. हमें सिर्फ ये देखना है कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. वी ओनली हैव टू लुक फॉर द वर्क दैट वी कैन डू टुडे. आज उसके ऊपर कोई चैप्टर नहीं समझ आ रहा, कोई टॉपिक नहीं समझ आ रहा, ठीक है, उसका क्वेश्चंस लो, सॉल्व करो. नहीं समझ आता है, फेसबुक पे मेरा आईडी है, एलपी का आईडी है, लगे रहो, दीपांशु का आईडी रहेगा. जस्ट कीप सेंडिंग योर डाउट्स, ट्रबल्स, प्रॉब्लम. विल फाइंड अ वे, विल ट्राई एंड सी कि आप उसको कैसे कर सकते हो. बट मोस्टली जो द प्लानिंग ऑफ द क्लासेज इन सच अ मैनर दैट everything is communicated very well in advance. क्योंकि now you have to do this, now you have to do this. You just follow that. If you're not able to make it clear for yourself कि what to do next, तो just follow the instruction that are given. एक तो ये चीज़ हो गई. But if you're better than that, then go ahead and just keep identifying the problem areas and keep working on them. ठीक है? क्या है?
There are two major queries. I just want to answer that. First is Ishika, work weeks in months. Okay, Ishika, see, as I told the freshers, they get 1.5 out of 5 marks. Okay. Now, for every 0.5 years, so I can say for every 6 months, for every 6 months after 6 months. Okay, that is very important. So let's say you are a fresher or you experience 6 months, you are same. But the moment you have 12 months experience, you'll be getting 2 out of 5. If it is 18 months, you'll be getting 3 out of 5. Sorry, 2.5 out of 5. If it is 24 months, you'll be getting 3 out of 5. Now, and this also means the moment you cross 5 years, you'll be getting negative 0.5 for every 6 months. That's very important. So yeah, the curve goes like this and then declines. So more than 5 years, if you have someone is there, then I would suggest you go for GMAT, not for CAT. Anyways, coming to next one, Ishika, proper timings. Yeah, Ishika, see, there are two most important timings: live classes, live conceptual classes, basically.
Teaching sessions.
Yeah, 7 to 9 p.m. Here the mentor will be visible, and then 9:30 to 11:30 again p.m. This will be application class, again driven by mentor, but mentor would not be visible. So these are two important timings for the practice sessions. They normally happen at 2 p.m. But if you are working, you can skip this and try to practice more questions. Coming to dashboard, only after topic is over, the questions will be unlocked. I think that is what someone asked. Gauri, Man Ankur, I don't know who is Man Ankur, probably. Is Raj sir, Abhishek, maybe, I don't know. Okay, it's Raj sir only. What are level of Snap, ZAT and MAT as compared to CAT? Rohan, Snap, ZAT, I would say ZAT is almost equivalent to CAT. In fact, ZAT has an extra section that is called decision making. Coming to NMAT and SNAP, they are 50% or 60% of the difficulty level.
They're easier exams.
So Shri, graduate in 25, give CAT exam 25, will it be considered gap year? No. Gauri, when I took the mocks, I got 17 Quant and 98 in VARC. It crushed me. Okay, we'll discuss that in some other session.
गौरी गलत assessment है mock के बारे में. See, anybody who is taking a mock test now is doing a total nonsense thing. गौरी सुनो बच्चे, ये बात ध्यान से सुनो सब लोग. कुछ पढ़ा नहीं, कुछ किया नहीं. It's like saying कार चलाना सीखा, नहीं फिर भी अभी आज के डेट में मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, कार चलाना सीखा और सीधा F1 में पहुँच गए. That doesn't make sense. ठीक है ना? I want you to do, चलो I'll give you a quantified, data. In QA, you must have done at least 2000 questions. 2000 questions का मतलब होता है at least 10 chapters. 10 chapters का मतलब हो गया कि at least 3 segments, right? जो 5 segment है ना, algebra, arithmetic करके जो 5-6 segment है, तो at least 3 segments, okay, QA के अंदर. Similarly for DILR, unless until you have done at least 150, but for me ideal would be 200. कुछ लोग 150 पे अलाउ करते हैं, but I would say 200 sets ये किया होना चाहिए. RC you must have done at least 150 passages. ये करने से पहले mock test का कोई meaning नहीं है. आइडिया के लिए देख सकते हो कि what kind of questions are going to appear. Yeah, sir, if you want to add anything or subtract, ये मेरा opinion है, आप add subtract कर सकते हो.
For these two specifically, start taking mocks. Okay, this is something quantifiable. By the very same time, only after at least 60% of syllabus has been completed.
15 segments, 3 out of 5 segments.
Okay, 3 to 5 likha aapne? It's 60% only. Perfect. For beat quant DL, because in RC we don't have a prescribed syllabus, so just go by that.
At least practice kiya ho na?
Yeah. So I think that is all. Tomorrow, I think you are going to be here, no?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll
Okay. So tomorrow you'll be taking a session. Maybe I'll chip in. Because it's really enjoyable, when we take sessions. So that's all for now. Good night. It's already 11 in the night.
Okay, in the next 2 minutes, just feedback. Any feedback, any emotion. How do
Yeah.
you feel now? How do you feel now? Forget the feedback. How do you feel now about cat preparation? क्या करना चाहते हो? क्या महसूस कर रहे हो? कैसा लग रहा है? तकलीफ हो रही है? दुख हो रहा है? परेशानी हो रही है? होगी ना? एक्सेप्ट करो, तुम्हारी ही हो रही है, तुम्हारे ही कुछ कर्म रहे होंगे. सो या अच्छे रहे होंगे, बुरे रहे होंगे, जो भी रहे होंगे, सबसे पहले ना एक्सेप्ट कर लो. ओके, दिस इज मी एंड नाउ आई विल डू व्हाट. ये सेंटेंस मुझे लिख के दो मैसेज में, फीडबैक में, that okay, now I will do this. Tell me what will you do. Tell me what you feel now about all problems in your life, all problems related to at least cat, academics, whatever. Fear. Okay, ठीक है. Very good, very good. क्या है, थोड़ी सी फट रही है. कितना सुंदर आंसर है यार. I'm so happy about it. So अरुण, क्या करना चाहिए? जिंदगी भर उसको दिल से लगा के रखना है या उसके ऊपर कुछ काम करना है? Just look at it like that. If you do, is there any work that is possible to be done to remove that fear? Yeah, struggling. ठीक है. कितना clear आ रहा है ना? Half of the problem is done. Is finished when you identify the problem. Struggle कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Struggle कर रहे हैं तो सबसे पहले क्या करना होता है? एक स्टेप पीछे लेना होता है और सब कुछ छोड़ के एक दिन बैठना होता है. What exactly am I looking for? Is it too big a task? If it is a big task, am I doing some effort which is equivalent to that kind of size? और जो magnanimous task हमने लिया है उसके लिए effort magnanimous है कि नहीं है ना? Think about that. इन चीज़ों के बारे में सोचो, ज़्यादा सुखी रहोगे. Accept करना सीखो, ज़्यादा खुश रहोगे. ठीक है. अपनी एबिलिटी के बढ़ाने के ऊपर ही सिर्फ और सिर्फ काम करते जाना है. ठीक है. मोटिवेटेड मेहनत करनी है. सो नाइस, वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस. मज़ा आता अगर ऑफलाइन होता तो.
आ जाओ मिलने.
हाँ, बट ऑफलाइन के बारे में मैं बात करूँगा. इट्स नॉट अ वेरी इफेक्टिव मेथड, इट्स अ टाइम वेस्टेज मेथड. दैट इज़ वाई वी आर वेरी क्लियर दैट वील कंटिन्यू ऑनलाइन ओनली. ऑनलाइन में हम ज़्यादा टाइम दे पाते हैं, ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव, ज़्यादा एफिशिएंटली काम कर पाते हैं. आपके लिए भी बहुत ज़्यादा. या डीमोटिवेशन इवन फॉर स्मॉल मिस्टेक्स. तो आयुषी, अगर मिस्टेक होता है तो आपको तो अब तो पता है कि जब भी मिस्टेक होता है डिमोटिवेशन आएगा. तो अगर पहले से पता हो तो उसका सरप्राइज एलिमेंट ख़त्म हो जाएगा. तो आगे से डिमोटिवेशन नहीं आएगा. क्या आएगा? जो टॉपिक पे प्रॉब्लम हुआ, जिस टॉपिक में मिस्टेक हुआ, उसको जाके दोबारा पढ़ो बस, और कुछ मत सोचो. आई विल गिव माई 100% बॉस. वेरी नाइस वरुण. ठीक है. आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड फॉर दिस जर्नी. फील मोटिवेटेड. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. आयुषी, आई वुड लाइक टू हियर मोर फ्रॉम यू इन फ्यूचर. है ना? वो आज है, इस वक्त है. वक्त बदलता है. और क्या था मेरा फेवरेट डायलॉग है कि हमारे शरीर की कोशिकाएं, एवरी सेल ऑफ आवर बॉडी इज़ नॉट विद अस, और ईच एंड एवरी सेल डाइज इन 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. 7 years में पूरा ही पूरा इंसान चेंज हो जाता है. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. 7 साल पहले तुम जैसे थे वैसे अब नहीं हो. तुम्हारी क्षमता, तुम्हारी एबिलिटी ज़्यादा है.
वो आयुषी ने क्या लिखा है? मोटिवेशन फॉर स्मॉल मिस्टेक्स.
हाँ, डीमोटिवेशन.
ओके, डिमोटिवेशन. स्मॉल मिस्टेक्स. एक शायरी थी सर. एक शायरी खत्म करते हैं इसको.
हाँ, करो.
क्या शायरी थी वो? किनकी थी वो?
मॉक के बारे में जब ये 60% हो जाएगा फिर मॉक की बात करेंगे. मोहित लगा, आई लव यू ऑल ऑफ यू.
हाँ, दिस इज फॉर हु वाज दैट?
आयुषी.
स्मॉल मिस्टेक्स. ओके. मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही. मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से कभी निकले ही नहीं. छोटे मिस्टेक्स.
घर से निकल जाएंगे.
बाय बाय. गुड नाइट.